Ce que je vais vous raconter n'apparaît dans aucun livre d'histoire. Vous me croirez peut-être pas, mais n'oubliez jamais que ce qui est écrit est pas toujours vrai, et que ce qui est vrai est pas toujours écrit.
One of the best intros to a war story in Battlefield 5. Oh hey there lads, my name is Lossy and welcome to the Tirailleur war story. This war story obviously focuses on the Tirailleur, the colonial French troops, and they're fighting on the mainland. Now there is a cutscene at the start that I cut out, and I'm gonna leave it cut out. Just taking some screenshot images because I'd like you lads to experience it firsthand. I don't want to spoil anything for you, but it does highlight the racial issues at the time. It's a very interesting story, very touching. The characters in it I think are brothers, but it is a very touching and moving story. And I think it's the grandest war story out of the bunch. So Norlese is confined to 1 and maybe 2 players, and then in Under No Flag it's just you and Mason, but in this it's a massive French army. Now the first objective here, as you can see, is to take one of the checkpoints, and it kind of looks a little bit like Conquest. That's what I was thinking at the time. I was imagining this being a multiplayer map, and let me just say, DICE, please, 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 please turn this entire thing into a giant Conquest map. I was playing it and I was like, I don't think they've announced this as a map, have they? And I was talking to other game changers and they were like, no, this isn't going to be in multiplayer. And I was like, well, but why? You'll see later on that it is such a good map, especially this part. Just honestly take a listen and take a look at this.
On se sent minuscule face à la guerre. Une autre fourmi prête à se faire écraser. Mais moi, je me répétais tout le temps. Non, pas moi. Je suis d'aimer. Je suis d'aimer. Et Dieu me viendra en aide.
Just so goddamn epic. The chilling music in the background that is pretty much playing the entire time, along with the sound of the German airplanes coming in for a bombing run. It's just chilling. That guy is getting thrown through the air as, oh my god, like this needs to be in multiplayer. It's epic in single player, but imagine these were actual players. Imagine front lines and the Germans defending and we all have to push up as the attackers. It would be so much fun. But back to the actual war story, is a little less about multiplayer, but I am excited. It is a really good war story. It's as I said, it's the most touching one, I think. Using the FG42 here, I love how the sandbags actually create sand. I wonder if that's something that'll translate over into multiplayer. Again though, just like Under No Flag, I stupidly decided to play on the harder difficulty, so I take massive damage here and just have to sit and relax for a second. Even more damage now. I don't know how I don't die. I'm on like 2 HP. But essentially there are a load of cannons set up as part of these German defenses, so all I have to do is firstly figure out how to destroy them, which embarrassingly takes me quite a while to figure out, but I wasn't the only one at the capture session. Flame Boy is back. He's been in the other 2 war stories. He's a badass flame trooper from Battlefield 1. He's making a comeback, and he's even more badass in Battlefield 5, taking some fire and using the beautiful Enfield rifle. If I ever just stop for a second, it's either because I'm just appreciating how good this game looks, or I'm probably more than likely capturing a screenshot for a thumbnail. But yeah, it takes a while for the brain to kick in for me at the moment. I do love the constant narrations as you complete objectives. So you probably saw it in the trailer, this oldish looking man, and he's kind of telling the story as you play it. So he's holding these photographs and he's narrating as you play this level. It's a really good setup. I don't want to ruin anything for you. I don't want to ruin the story too much. That's why I'm not showing any cutscenes, but other content creators probably will in case you are very interested. But I know for me, I'd prefer to experience this firsthand, so that's why I'm not sharing too much of the story and just focusing on the gameplay. So here is one of those narrations.
Tirailleur était pas toujours bien équipé. Fallait fouiller, ramasser, improviser. Je me disais d'aimer. Faut trouver quelque chose. Trouve un moyen pour que ça marche.
That guy gets absolutely destroyed. I love how the audio gets really muffled as the narration comes into play. Just blowing up some barrels, you know, because the explosions look so damn cool. Nice axe to the back there or something, some machete or something like that. But there's so many barrels, I just take a couple of chunks out of a French teammate there. Oops. Something I do want to mention is that there is quite actually a lot of violence in this game. It's something that I noticed upon editing. See the blood splatter as I take out that soldier, or like the blood just covering my gun or my hands especially, and that's translated to the other players as well. Like the other, obviously they're not really players, but the other AI characters, they have blood all over their hands, and it kind of shook me a little bit because it's something we don't usually see in Battlefield games, just how graphic this violence is, and I think it's good. I'm personally a huge fan. Here's me derping around and going, how the hell am I supposed to blow this up? Not copying that, you know, the big emphasis with Battlefield 5 is all about interaction and, you know, actually picking something up and blowing it up with that thing, rather than just holding down a key. So it takes me a while, I push on to the next objective, and in the meantime I eventually figure out that you have to pick up some dynamite and blow it up. There you go, Lossy, now you're thinking. And here's another one of those narrations.
Sauvera des vies, de vraies vies. C'est concret, c'est réel. On sait qu'on a fait quelque chose de bien. Alors on se raccroche à cette idée et on rejoint la boucherie.
Music's really starting to kick in now. And I have to say, as I was playing this, I was, you know, I was feeling the energy. It's a weird thing to talk about because you don't get it same feeling from a video, but as you're playing it and the music's getting louder, the beat is getting stronger, the narration's getting more passionate, the action is really getting pretty intense, you do start to get a little, the adrenaline gets flowing, let's just say that. So, I picked up the Sturmgewehr now, as my buddy gets absolutely destroyed. Sorry, another narration.
On sait que ce combat sera pas facile. Enfin, c'est ce qu'on croyait. Mais en vrai, on n'avait aucune idée de ce qui allait se passer.
I love how that guy just goes flying. Like, it's so serious, and then you just have a classic Battlefield thing where someone just goes flying into the air. So I picked up the Sturmgewehr, as I said, and we reached this giant fortress. And all we have to do now is just pretty much, you know, clear the area and secure it and hold it against the enemy attack.
On était tous emportés par l'euphorie de cette surprenante victoire. Même après toutes ces années, je m'en souviens encore très bien. Mais j'ai toujours une boule au ventre quand je repense à ce qui nous attendait.
And what came was countless waves of enemies, and it got pretty intense. They threw tanks at us, they had flame troopers, they pretty much threw the entire German army at me, and unfortunately that's actually where the war story ends. I'll end it on a narration for you lads, but in short, the objectives were simple, but it was a hell of a war story.
L'avion débarque de nulle part. On n'a pas pu remercier le pilote, et on s'en est voulu. On ne savait pas encore à quel point il serait remercié. Alors que nous, on n'aurait quasiment rien en retour.
If you enjoyed the video, please leave it a like, I'd appreciate that so much, or a dislike if you didn't. Subscribe for more videos from me, but until the next one, I'll see you lads later.